Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Franco. Today, we will look at the resume task in Naviance, and our goal is to create a resume that reflects your abilities, activities, as well as your accomplishments using the resume feature in Naviance. And before I forget, if you are a senior, please also respond to the graduation survey task in Naviance. Okay? A resume is a document created and used by a person to present their background, skills, and accomplishments. Resumes are used for many reasons, but most often it is used to secure a job. You know what? I get it. A resume looks pointless when you're in high school, but I want you to approach your resume the same way you approach a college application or a scholarship application. I want you to think of your resume as a way to best capture your strengths as well as your accomplishments to prove that you got what it takes. Well, I think we're ready. Let's go to Naviance and create your resume. So as you know, you have to go to Clever first before you go to Naviance. You type in clever.com, and then you log in as a student. Log in as a student, and it will you can log in with Clever or with Google using your Google credentials. That is your So if you log into Clever, you use your year of graduation, the first three letters of your first name and the first three letters of your last name. So sometimes when you use Clever, it'll ask you first of the name of your school. So you have to type in the name of your school before you log into Clever. So now that I'm in Clever, as you can see, you have to scroll somewhere in the middle and look for the important to-dos and tasks. So I'm here, and you can see the build resume task, which is the task that we're focusing on. And you could also see the graduation survey. Remember, this is only for seniors, okay? So I will click on the build resume link, and it'll go to this page where you could actually start creating your resume. So essentially, there are two ways on how to create your resume in Naviance. First, if you have a ready-made resume, you simply click on Browse and you look for that resume and upload it here. But if you use that way, you have to let your teacher know, your FA teacher know, so he or she can mark you for completion. The other way is actually our preferred way because it will guide you on the different parts as well as the different steps on how to actually build a resume. We also prefer that method because it is the one, if properly done, it is the one that will trigger the completion for this task. So you can do that by clicking on the build resume link here, and it will lead you to this page where you could actually start building the different sections of your resume using the add or update sections. So you can start building the different sections of your resume by clicking on the plus button. Here you can find the different sections, the objective, the work experience, education, and so on and so forth. So objective is the first part, and it is extremely important because it'll let your employers know within seconds what you can offer them. A well-written objective can also attract employers to have a closer look at your resume. For the work experience, many employers consider your work experience as extremely important or as one of the most important parts of your resume. Your work experience outlines your job experiences and the skills that you develop from those jobs. Um, what about what if you don't have a work experience, which is true to most high school students or to some high school students? Well, don't worry about that. That's okay because you can actually highlight your strengths as well as your achievements through the other sections, such as education, your volunteer services, your extracurricular activities, your participation in the different organizations in your school or outside school, your awards and certificates, those of you who were part of the honor roll, in your athletic achievements, those of you who played for the school, who played different sports. So you can highlight those achievements using this link. So let's start with the objective. So for example, you're seeking a job or a position in a local food restaurant. So your objective could be seeking a server position where I can use my customer service skills to enhance and elevate, enhance and elevate customers' dining experience. Okay, so this is a good objective. This will attract employers to look at your resume. So let's see if for example you're seeking a summer job, for example a lifeguard position. Your objective could be responsible high school student seeking a junior lifeguard position where I can become properly certified and learn what it takes to be a senior lifeguard. And then once you're done when you're satisfied with your objective, you can click on add and it'll go to the objective section of your resume. So let's look at the other sections of the resume. So we have here the work experience. So you have to type in the position title, the name of the organization, the location, the start date and the end date, and some of the description, some of the things that you learned and did while you are in that job. Like what I said, some high schools would not have the work experience, and which is okay. So you could highlight your strengths using the other sections of the resume. So for example, the education, you will type in the school, location of Schlegel or Washington or Wyandotte or Sumner, your current grade level, and the other information. Here you could also include your volunteer services. You type in where you volunteered, the name of the organization, the location, the start and the end date, and the description of what you did. Describe your volunteer work, and then also you have the awards and certificates, extracurricular activities, and so on and so forth. So you don't have to do all the parts of the resume. I suggest that you just focus on the most important ones, like the objective, of course, work experience if you have it, education is important, volunteer services are important, extracurricular activities, of course, um, awards and certificates, and just choose um, whichever applies to you. And once you are done with the different parts, you go to print or export resume, and then you click on the plus button, and here you could see the different possible templates for your resume. So let's choose the first one and take a look at the example. So this is an example. If you choose the first template, I believe this one focuses on the work experience. For those of you who have a good amount of work experience, you can choose the first. You could choose the first template. Um, if not, I suggest you choose the second one, because the second template shows or focuses more on the education and the volunteer services, some of those strengths that are not really work related. Okay, and then um, the third one is a more comprehensive type of resume, which has almost all the important parts. But I suggest you either choose the first template if you have work experience, and if not, use the second template. Okay. Here you have the different parts of the resume. You have the objective, the education, volunteer services, and extracurricular activities. And you're ready to go to the next part. You click on print and export resume, and you have to click on edit, and you have to put a name for your resume. You can type in your name and then put the word resume. So for this one, I'll just put resume. And if you notice, there's no work experience for this resume, which means that we like what we suggested, we'll choose template 2, because it highlights the other strengths of the student. So we'll just choose template 2, which should look like this. And once you choose template 2, you have to click on continue, and you have to highlight all the different parts that you want to be included in your resume. Of course, all that you typed in should be included, and then click on update resume, and it'll show that your resume has been edited. Now, if you want to download your resume, you can click on download PDF, or if you want to download it as a Word document, you can do that as well. So here you go. That is the process. That is you've noticed, you've seen the steps on how to do your resume using Naviance, and I hope that this video is helpful. So go ahead, start working on your resume, and let me know if you have questions. Bye.